Hello everyone and welcome to Ivan Reads. So it's been a couple weeks. My bad. Anyway, today I'm going to be showing you my TBR pile for the month of September. These are just all the books that I want to read. So I don't know how strict I'll stick to this TBR. I usually think that I want to read all the books and then I get sidetracked by other ones. And if that happens, totally fine by me. These are just the ones that I'm planning on reading right now. So let's dive in. The first book I planned on reading this month was Love Letters to the Dead, and I actually finished it. I am in the little book club over on Goodreads. I'll leave a link below. It's a really cool website if you haven't checked it out. Everyone just talks about books. It's fantastic. Anyway, I read this as part of the little readathon that we're doing right now, which is basically a week where you read as much as you can. And I finished this one the first day. I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's about a girl named Laurel who is dealing with the death of her sister and starting her freshman year of high school. And her first assignment in her English class is to write a love letter, or not a love letter, to write a letter to a dead person. And she chooses to write to Kurt Cobain, who is her sister's favorite musician and one of her favorite musicians. And she writes to other people throughout the story, but it's basically just her learning how to deal with the broken remains of her family and her life after her sister's gone and finding her own identity outside of just being May's little sister. It was a fantastic book. 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Super recommend. The next book that I'm reading right now is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I am about 2/3 of the way done. Nearly there. I'll finish it later tonight, hopefully. And this is a really good book so far. It is so creepy. It's just amazing. It has these beautiful old photographs. Anyway, it follows the story of Jacob, who is really close with his grandfather growing up, and his grandfather told him all these fantastic stories about this island that he grew up on as a refugee from the Nazis. And when he dies, he tells Jacob to kind of go and find it, go find out more, and so he does. And it kind of follows his adventure. It's fantastic and creepy and magical and just, oh, there's time travel. I love time travel, so it's great. The next few books that I have for you guys are ones that I'm either buddy reading or doing read-alongs with, which I'm really excited for because I've never done either before, and I think it's a really cool idea to kind of set a chapter limit for buddy reading and then you get to discuss them afterwards, and it's a cool way because when I read books I tend to get a lot of feels and I don't really have a ton of people to talk to me about. I don't have friends. Anyway, the first book that I'll be buddy reading that I'm actually going to start right after I'm done filming is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and I am really excited to start this book. I've been meaning to read this for ages. Picked it up once, read a couple chapters, got distracted by Divergent. But from what I remember, I really liked the few chapters I read, and I'm super excited to kind of see where it goes. It follows a girl named Kath who is going to her freshman year of college, and she has a twin sister named Ren. And they've always been super close, shared a room, all that stuff, but during college, Ren kind of wants to branch out. Kath is much more reclusive, and I know that she writes fan fiction, which is awesome, so really excited to figure out what happened. The next book I'll be reading is Aragon, which is one I actually started reading in high school, and I've had this copy ever since. But I didn't like it. I read about half of it, and it's not that it was bad, it just didn't grasp my attention. But I don't know, I may have just not been in the right mood for it, so I'm really hoping that this buddy read will push me to finish it, and that I'll like it more, and then I can continue on with the Inheritance series, because I know that it's one of my friend Rachel's favorites. My mom loves it, my brother loves it, I don't know why I don't love it. Hopefully I'll love you. Reading with a group is Paper Towns by John Green, which I actually read back in high school and really, really enjoyed. So I'm super looking forward to reading it again, especially because I don't remember the majority of the details because it was 4 years ago that I read this. My lord, I'm getting old. Anyway, super looking forward to reading this. I think it'll be really fun. I love John Green, so I'll reread his books. I don't even care. Well, the next book I hope I'll have time to pick up is Cinder, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles. I don't actually know a ton about this series. I know that it's set in the future after there's a plague that wipes out most of humanity, and that it's a spin-off of fairy tales, or at least their characters. This is about Cinder, who is a cyborg mechanic. I'm guessing she's based on Cinderella, otherwise, that's a little misleading with the shoe and everything. And then I know that there's Scarlet and Cress so far released in the series, so hopefully I'll like this and then pick the next ones up next month. I don't know. So the next book that I'll be reading is The Evolution of Mara Dyer, which is the second book in the Mara Dyer series. I read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer last month, and it was really good. 3 out of 5 stars. It was good. I mean, if I could give it a 3.5, I would have given it a 3.5, but there are no half stars on Goodreads. Anyway, awesome book. Really excited to continue and kind of see what happens with Mara and everyone else. Yeah. especially because I think the third one's supposed to come out later this fall, but it's been pushed back a few times, so who knows. The last book I want to read is Unhinged by A.G. Howard. This is the second book in, what's this, in the Splintered series, I guess? Is that what the series is called? I don't know. I read Splintered last month, like at the end, like a couple weeks ago, and it was so good, like 4 out of 5 stars. So good. There were a couple things that kind of bothered me, but that's with any novel. But overall, these are fantastic. I love Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know, I love them. I have the Cheshire Cat tattooed on my arm because I love Alice in Wonderland. And so these are a twist off of that story, and it's absolutely fantastic. The world is amazing. The characters are so interesting. Like, so interesting. And I can't wait to see what happens with them. I'm gonna do a review on them, but I think I'm gonna wait until the third book comes out in January, and I think that's the final book. And then I'll have read the whole series and just do a series review. But it's so good, like so good. Go read it. Look at them, aren't they pretty? So these are all the books that I'll be reading this month, maybe if I keep feeling like reading them, but these are kind of what I want to read. Anyway, let me know what you want to read down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button because, hey, that makes you a cool person, and then you can keep up to date with everything that Anna and I do. So, Anna, I'll see you soon. Until next time, have a good life, and goodbye!